live from New York. It's a show that is counting down to the World Cup. We are 100 days away, and Nick has World Cup fever.
Man.
To the point that he was yelling at us about all of the research that he was doing last night just because he did several solo segments that he demanded. He's like, I'll do it. I'm like, all right, you chime in. I said, that's fine. But I am excited.
I can't wait.
For 100 days to World Cup. We've got Chris Richards coming up on the show. We have got highlights. We're counting down 100 greatest plays.
Yeah.
Brew, are you excited for the World Cup?
I'm hyped up.
Okay, hold on to that thought, Brew. 1 second. We also have the mascots of the World Cup. Maple the Moose, representing Canada. Maple the Moose.
I can't believe they keep doing it.
Zayu the Jaguar. And Clutch the Bald Eagle, representing the United States.
Wow.
Clutch, welcome.
I got you. Come on up. Hey, a little.
This is just
side issues,
fantastic.
But
It's gonna be
these
great.
folks look fantastic.
This is going to be wonderful. Oh, man.
How many days?
100 days to the World Cup.
Bam.
Wow.
Just excellent.
Oh, I got to move a little bit. Triple banner.
That's hot.
And I will say this, Kate. I'll be
Go ahead.
This is my favorite sporting event. Now, part of that is because it is special and it's every 4 years.
Sure.
But the fact that only 8 countries have ever won this thing, the fact that this is the world's, more people play this sport than any other, and more people
world's most
care about
popular
it
sport.
than any other, it is, I can't really put to words, because obviously soccer on a day-to-day basis is not my favorite sport, but this is my favorite sporting event. And the fact that Fox has it, that it's in the U.S., that maybe our boss is sitting there, maybe we go to a few games. Maybe we do the show.
There's
from
one at
the final.
Gillette,
I don't know, it's
there's
down
one at
the
Jerry
street in New
World,
York.
the final is in New
it's pretty,
Jersey.
Kansas City's hosting Argentina. I don't know. I'm just saying.
France is in Gillette.
I can't wait. We've
Just
got
saying,
these sick
go see
mascots.
Mbappe.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
good.
hope so.
We are, of course, starting with the countdown to the World Cup. We are 100 days away. Starting on June 11th, it runs to July 19th, the final across the river. 48 teams, 104 matches, all on Fox and FS1. 40 in prime time. Here's what Team USA is looking at. Group stage schedule. June 12th against Paraguay in LA. June 19th against the Aussies in Seattle. Then June 25th will be in LA, but we are still waiting to see who our opponent is going to be. We've got there's another tournament in Europe coming up, so we'll figure out
One of those 4 teams at the
Slovakia,
bottom.
Kosovo, Turkey, or Romania. Nick, to see a lot to gain here, a lot of legacies for entire countries. To see who has the most to gain, you made a country's most to gain.
Right. So when we were in Miami, a year out from the World Cup is why we were there, we did the players with the most to gain.
Right.
And that list is mostly unchanged. So I didn't want to just run it back the same as before. So instead, and these were the players. You have maybe the best player in the world, Yamal, the 2 all-time legends, Messi trying to go back-to-back, Ronaldo trying to get his first, America's guy, and then 4 guys from the best player, arguably, on 4 teams that absolutely could win it. And so that's what it was. But
Is
now,
that when Alexi was jumping on you?
that is exactly right. That's when Alexi Lalas was jumping on me. He didn't. I don't know which one of these he took the
Right.
most issue with, but he took some issue, and we were all sweating through our suits. We are now in an air-conditioned studio. The 8 countries with the most to gain, with maybe a little historical update for any folks that are parachuting into the World Cup about why these teams have what they have to gain. Number 8, the country I grew up rooting for in this tournament, Italy. But they got to make the tournament first. So this is unbelievable. So they are one of the teams that is fighting to get in, like Turkey that we showed. So they have to beat Northern Ireland and then beat the winner of Wales, Bosnia, just to get in. They have won this tournament 4 times. My life growing up, it was Brazil, Germany, and Italy as the teams for this tournament. But now they've missed 2 cups in a row. They're on the cusp of missing another one. And so they have a ton to gain just by getting back in the World Cup for the first time in more than a decade. Number 7, Portugal. Now Cristiano Ronaldo is banged up, but we expect him to play, and that would be his 6th World Cup. They co-host this event in 2030. They have made the semis twice in the nation's history. They've never won it, and pre-Cristiano Ronaldo, they were never really a threat to win it. This is almost assuredly his final tournament. See how Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal can do. Number 6, Germany, which, previously West Germany. They have been to 8 World Cup finals. Post-World War II until 2014, there were 16 World Cups played. They made the semis, meaning the Final Four or better, in 12 of the 16. They made the final in 8 of the 16. They won 4 of the 16 from, again, 1954 until 2014. Since then, though, they have failed to get out of the group stage the last 2 tournaments. They are once again one of the favorites, but after being the defining European team of this tournament, the last 2 World Cups, massive disappointment. Try to bounce back this time. A very similar story to Germany, except on the Western Hemisphere side. Brazil. This is, to me, the soccer nation in the world. From 1958 until 2002, there were 12 World Cups. They won 5 of them. They had a stretch from 94 to 02 of going first, second, first. But since 02, they have only gotten out of the quarters, meaning the final 8, 1 time, and that actually led to a humiliating home defeat 7-1 to Germany in the semifinals. So after being the dominant team, Brew, for basically 50 years, from Pele, the original Ronaldo, everybody, the last 25 years, it's been disappointment. Go ahead.
Do you have an opinion on the decline, if you will?
I don't, because it would be such Monday morning quarterbacking by me, because if you checked either my betting history or my take history dating back to my college radio show, I think I picked Brazil every single World Cup.
You have?
Yeah, every year I'm like, well, obviously. Like, they just always feel like they have the most talent. And again, my whole life growing up, that was Brazil versus the field. Brazil was basically the smart bet. And again, it's not like they're the situation Germany's in where they're not getting out of the group stage, but they are just getting knocked out early. And then the one time they went on a deep run was when they hosted the World Cup and Germany was up, I think, 6-0 at halftime. It was just horrifying. All right, number 4, Spain. They are the favorite. They have the best player. Along with Portugal, they host the next World Cup. The last time there was this much optimism surrounding a Spanish team in the World Cup, they were the defending champs. It was the final tournament for their golden generation in 2014, and they lost in mortifying fashion in the group stage to not get out. This Spanish team should win. They are the Vegas favorite and deserving Vegas favorite. But again, the last time they were in that position, they did not even make it to the knockout round. They're at number 4. Number 3, the defending champ Argentina. The only back-to-back champions in this tournament's history is Italy pre-World War II and Brazil with Pele. They would officially, in my opinion, if they were to win it, take the mantle from Brazil of the Western Hemisphere's soccer nation. North America, South America. Well, I mean, they would have 2 with Maradona, 2 with Messi.
Yeah.
Brazil is in this down stretch. Like, they would have that real validity, and going back-to-back in this tournament, like I said, it hasn't been done in 60 years.
Messi would increase his GOAT lead.
Oh.
Like you wouldn't believe.
No, it would be, I think it would. Here's a take on the fly.
Take on the fly.
I think there's an argument that to this day, the world's most famous athlete is Michael Jordan, living. Like, I think there's a take that he is still I think that if they were to do this, Messi would undeniably become the most famous athlete in the world.
That is a take.
No, I'm not setting up most to lose.
Think of what is being set up right now.
This is all
it's all.
Absolutely. We know what's coming.
Won 3 in a row now. I got the World Cup.
Number 2, England. So nothing but disappointment in major tournaments aside from the 1966 World Cup. This is their World Cup history is just tattered with gut-wrenching, heartbreaking losses for a team that multiple times has had enough talent to win it, but you could argue this is their most talented team. Our friends at DraftKings have them with either the second or the third best odds to win the entire tournament. They have the second most to gain, but no one has more to gain, and I don't mean to be a homer, than the United States of America and what that win would mean for soccer. Forget the fact that if within 6 months we peel off a gold medal in hockey and the World Cup, which are not either one of our main sports, but since World War II, we've gotten out of the group stage just 5 times. We've only made the quarterfinals 1 time. However, there is no greater, and this applies to Mexico and Canada as well in this tournament, there is no greater home field advantage than home field in the World Cup. There have been 22 World Cups held. 13 times the host nation has made at least the semis. 6 times the host nation has won the entire thing. England's only win ever, they were hosting. Sweden's only final ever, they were hosting. Chile and South Korea's only semifinal ever, they were hosting. Switzerland, Mexico, and Russia's best finish ever, they were hosting.
Interesting.
There is a real edge. And the U.S. for a time, its best finish ever was when it was hosting in '94. They then trumped it in '02. There is a real edge. I don't know if it's the crowd. I don't know if it's officiating. I don't know what it is to being the host nation. The U.S., while it's sharing it, obviously, the final and the final games are in the United States. And what it would mean for worldwide soccer and soccer in the U.S. if they were to win, they have the most to gain.
Great most to gain.
Well done. I love the energy.
I love
the
this
excitement.
tournament, man.
It would be like for the finals if he's like, SGA could be the best ever. 4 times 30 points a game. All right, so, but that was good, Nick. And look, we're not expected to win it, but once upon a time, there was the miracle on ice. I won't go with what we just did in hockey because we weren't as big of underdogs as our soccer team, but we'll see. Maybe we can get it done. All right, I'm going to start off with a question for you because you've got the top 6, almost all the top 6 or 7 teams in the world in there, except France. So why isn't France in there?
So I thought about that, and they were probably the team that could have replaced Italy. I felt like Italy just like not making the tournament is so jarring. France has won 2 in the last 30 years with 2 different generations, if you will, of players. Like they had the Zinedine Zidane team with the famous headbutt. They obviously had Mbappe's run a few, two World Cups ago. So it doesn't feel like it would be like they are in a drought, and it also doesn't feel like this would be dynastic, so to speak. And so that's now maybe it could be. I mean, and by the way, they definitively can win it.
Oh, yeah.
And they are one of the, they have a legitimate claim that they, this century, have been Europe's premier team. Yeah. Since Germany, as I described, fallen off a bit, Croatia, oddly, has been very good in this tournament, but is not up to that level, and England's never done well in this tournament. It's probably them or Spain, but go ahead.
My addition is Senegal.
Wow.
All right, I have a soft spot in my heart for Senegal. I spent some time over there working on a story about basketball over there a couple decades ago. So, but Nick, they're obviously 12. A long shot, right? They're 12th in the country in the latest in the world. I'm sorry, in the latest FIFA rankings, and Morocco finished 4th in 2022. Yes. They just beat Morocco in the African Cup of Nations tournament. So they are like. For any of the long shots, and you throw in the United States in that, if they win it, obviously they got a ton to gain. But I feel like Senegal, because again, ranked 12th, coming off the big win against Morocco, and they've been in the last 3 World Cups. They've only been in 4, but their last 3 ones. So soccer's on the uptick there. I feel like I wouldn't say have a great chance to win it. They're in France, and Norway is in their group, so that's going to be tough. But I think they've got more of a chance than most of the long shots. So I think Senegal would have
this one kind of dovetails into mine, and I think it's hard for us to maybe wrap our heads around it because we have been trained on the Vince Lombardi. Winning isn't,
Everything, it's
the only thing.
Well, we've been trained on it. We remember.
We've been. I need to be updated on it. Vince Lombardi.
It's been drilled into our head. What is it again?
if France wins and England gets close, that's still a win for England.
Oh,
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I disagree on the England.
okay,
I would say
all right.
yes, but
If
Norway gets
Sure.
to the
If Holland-
semifinals, that's an amazing run.
There's wins in
Yes.
here.
Yes, yes,
a lot of like
absolutely.
Chicago Bears types teams
Yes.
in here.
Absolutely.
Hey, you didn't get to the final. Like a lot of times, if you get to the finals and lose, all of a sudden your season didn't even matter. I'm.
No, hold on. Can I say something about Senegal before you go?
go.
I just want to add to Bruce's point. So, Ghana was kind of carrying the torch as the best African nation
Right.
in this
Sub-Saharan
tournament. Just African nation in general, I would argue. Like
Yeah,
because Ghana
hasn't
had
been
real
historic,
success.
right.
And they had surpassed Egypt or Saudi Arabia or any of the other countries that have made the tournament in the past. Senegal, an African nation winning this tournament, I think would have a similar effect as the United States winning it, as far as what it would mean for a shake of who can win it. You know what I mean? Because this understandably has been a tournament that Europe and South America take turns in winning, because those are the two continents where the best soccer players have come from forever, to the most historic soccer nations. But we see now a ton of the best players in Europe are African born, who are naturalized into European teams, European countries. So I think an African nation winning it, and Senegal's got as good of a shot as anybody to be huge. But go ahead.
Before I give my answer, I just want to put some stakes in the ground.
Oh, my.
Because I know there's going to be a bit of a land grab here as we go through the World Cup. Oh, this is my team.
Don't
this is
steal
my
my
guy.
team.
I'm not stealing your team. I'm just
You know
saying.
who my team is.
I don't know your team.
Okay. Well,
Is it France?
might steal it.
Is it France?
Yes.
He just said it.
It's in the document. I put France. You didn't have France. I put France in there as my pick.
Go ahead.
I like Dembele and I like Mbappe a lot, but I will give you the nod to France since they are also sponsored by Jordan and you have a
And
relationship.
Broussard is a French name.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Okay, that's
Broussard is like Smith and
It is in France, right?
Okay, so I need a new powerhouse team. I might go with Spain then.
Well, whoever,
Yamal, very similar.
Spain's
Like
a
a young,
really going out
a
on the
young
limb.
brick.
That's fine.
No, it's a powerhouse
Spain,
team.
yeah, as
but
a
this
powerhouse.
is my underdog team.
Oh, I was going to say, I assume you're doing your powerhouse team here.
No, not doing my powerhouse. I'm doing my
Smart.
underdog team.
Smart.
If you remember, a Weird and Wonderful back in November, and I said, you know what? This is my squad.
Oh,
Curacao.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
And again,
Yeah.
Curacao is not going to win.
No, but Curacao
everything.
making it out of the group stage would be unreal.
If they can win 2 games, it would be marvelous. They're in Group E with Germany, tough, ranked 10th. That's Curacao. Ivory Coast is ranked 37th. Ecuador is ranked 23rd. They're ranked 81.
Yeah, it's a tough spot.
Here is their profile. They are the smallest country ever to reach the World Cup by population and land area.
I like that one, by land area.
They did go unbeaten in CONCACAF. They had some big victories, and they're playing in their first ever World Cup. So if Curacao can get a few wins, if you're looking to root for an underdog,
That'd be huge.
join me, join Team Curacao.
And let me just add one other note.
Also, I can get there quickly, you know?
And getting out of the group stage this year is different. Because you mentioned, Brew, I think for Senegal, how it has 2 very good teams in its group. But some third-place teams will make it out this year. Because there's 12 groups of 4, so 48 teams, and 32 make it. So top 2 in every group, plus the best third-place teams from every group, or 8 of the best third-place teams will make it. So you could come in third and still make it out depending on how you do. So there will be some Cinderellas that make it to the knockout.
All right, you can't have rainbows without a little bit of rain. It's time now, unfortunately, for the most to lose.
But again, it's all countries. So Michael Jordan
Is it?
It is. I hand to God, it's all countries. You're going to see. Number 5 is Italy for all the reasons I said before. They got to make the tournament. If they don't make the tournament, if Italy misses 3 straight World Cups, and this field is 48, like you just said, no disrespect to Curacao. But Curacao made the World Cup.
Yeah.
And I understand
time to focus on the World Baseball Classic.
And our guy passed.
And you know the manager?
What?
Posada.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Number 4, us. You just got to, at a minimum, must make the knockout round. You're hosting.
Yes.
You got a great draw as far as your group with no team ranked in the top 25 other than you and your group. Minimum threshold is make it out of the group stage. Number 3, my squad, Brazil. Another disappointing World Cup and starting to feel a little Cowboysy. Great brand. Once upon a time, the dominant force. People like me, it's like, I grew up rooting for him. Are you Brazilian? No. Had you been there? No. Do you know? No. But Ronaldo had the sickest Nike commercial ever, and I loved him. And then Ronaldinho. Now, don't reveal it, because Bruce is going to think he knows, because number 2 on most to lose is always the same guy.
But it's always countries.
But this is countries.
Yeah.
The country with the second most to lose. Jordan.
Fair.
Listen, everyone is rooting for you. You are a huge underdog. You're in Argentina's group in one of the toughest draws imaginable. Just don't get embarrassed. Just don't get beat up, Jordan. You have the second most to lose. And number 1, Spain. Because you're hosting next year. You're the favorite. The last time you were the favorite, you got mortified in the group stage. You have a stacked roster. Even though you won in 2010, people thought of that Spanish kind of era of soccer a little underachieving, golden generation. You had and at least underachieving in the World Cup, only winning the 1. And now you're the favorites. You have them all. I feel like it is semifinal or bust for Spain. And anything short of that is going to be a massive disappointment. That's the most to lose.
Excellent job. See, Jordan wasn't on there.
Yeah, I told you.
Nervous about Michael Jordan being on there. No. 100 days to the World Cup. We've got highlights coming up. We've got the mascots. We've got an interview with defenseman Chris Richards.
Yes.
The top of the hour. 100 days to the World Cup.
This is great.
And more first things first on FS1 and the Fox Sports Channel on Sirius XM.
I got you.
There you go. Oh, I have a
Always
feather.
the gentleman.
Yeah. Al Harrington here. Thanks for joining us again now. Giannis returned after he missed 5 weeks with his calf injury. Tatum was out. Jaylen Brown was out. Cato was out. Celtics win by 27. Giannis had 19 and 11 in 25 minutes here. Brew, I'm almost scared to ask. What did you make of Giannis's return?
Well, look, I believe what Giannis said. Like, there is an element of just loving the play. He knows their team's not going to do anything. They might make the play-in, maybe, probably won't make the playoffs. But I think he really is sincere about I'm out there having fun doing what I love to do. So I think that was sincere. I also want to applaud him because a lot of people are saying, why is he even coming back?
Right. Well, I thought you were going to be far more caustic.
No, because, look, we can't sit on here as media and rip guys for load managing or not playing right when they're healthy. This guy's healthy.
Right.
And look, the fans still paid their money. They still go to the game, even though they know their team isn't going to be, anything in the postseason. And so I do think if a player's healthy, he should play.
Right.
And so I applaud Giannis for going out there and playing. I also think, look, we know a few months ago he had the issue with the fans. He kind of, booed them when they were booing him. We know how much he loves the fans in Milwaukee, how much he loves the franchise. I hope this should be kind of his swan song to those fans. I'm going to give it my all for the next month or two, whatever is left in the regular season. And this should be his last run in Milwaukee, though. For them, too. He should want to go somewhere else to play in meaningful games the rest of his career. And the Bucks, it's time to move on. They have arguably the best player in the world, and they're still not any good. And so they should trade him for a young star, some draft picks, and move on. So this should be kind of his last hurrah there in Milwaukee. I applaud him. Obviously, you hope he doesn't get injured.
Yep.
But, I'm with Giannis on this.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think that he has been an unbelievable global ambassador for the game of basketball, not just the NBA. And to the point of he hasn't ever adapted to the whole load management thing. Right. Whenever he's available, he's out there playing and he's laying it all out on the line, giving everything for his organization, his team, the fans, and even for his family. So, with that being said, I was not shocked, and I'm not shocked that he decided to come back. What I am a little shocked about is the way his team kind of responded, right?
Oh, that's interesting.
With him coming back, and this might be the last hurrah, and this might be the last time you play with a player at that level of talent, you would think that, they would have played just a little bit better, right?
And
to
no
lose,
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah,
for
to
Boston,
lose to Boston with their best player out and lose by that many points, I think it just kind of shows that there's probably a lot of wear and tear on that team. I think they've been through a lot with him being in and out of the lineup, probably all the trade talk, different things like that. It looks a little bit like a team that's probably maybe checked out a little bit.
And so I think that's a great
Like they ready to move on.
Maybe they're ready to move on.
Well, or maybe that the other players on the roster are not as just dead set on fighting our way into the play-in, that it feels like it's a lost, dead season. And the shame of it for Milwaukee is, if this is the swan song in the end, a week ago, they were right there for the 10. A week ago.
Yeah. And Hornets.
You know what? The Hornets have been so good for 2 months now. Mm-hmm. I'm putting them almost in a different category. I know they're 10, but a week ago, Atlanta hadn't started its 3-game winning streak, and Milwaukee hadn't started its 3-game losing streak. And right now, they're 3 losses back of Atlanta, I think. And if they could, Milwaukee had a couple grisly losses right before Giannis came back, when everyone knew he was coming back.
Yeah.
And then to Al's point, I totally agree that credit to Joe Mazzulla, credit to what they built in Boston, which almost seems to be star player impervious. Like, no Jayson Tatum, we're the 2 seed. No Jaylen Brown, we win by 30.
They're 6-1 without Jaylen.
Right, and they hit 23s last night. They're going to do that. So maybe you were going to lose no matter what when Boston shoots that way. But I don't think it is a fait accompli that Giannis is gone. I think he should be. I think what's best for Milwaukee is that he leave, and I think what's best for Giannis is that he leave. But Milwaukee is not going to pull the trigger without Giannis demanding it. I don't think they will. And Giannis has shown a lot, given us real evidence, he might not flat out demand it.
I don't think he's going to.
And so,
right, I would think he's not either.
And so the reason I mention that is I do think these last 24 games are important. Because I think that if Giannis is anywhere on the fence and they show a pulse in these, if they were to fight their way into the play-in, again, Brew, I think it might be foolish for him to stay.
Yeah.
But that might be enough for him to be like, I'll give it another year.
Right.
But if they look like this the rest of the way, Al, I think that Giannis's hand will almost be forced. Like, there's no way for me to compete here.
Right. I think it's something to be said, for him, like, playing with one organization his whole career. And
yeah,
I think
that's what he clearly feels.
That means something to him. You know what I'm saying? There's like a level of loyalty in him that is like showing through during this time, right? Because most stars would have been kicking and screaming, saying, "Get me out of here." Yep. Especially, as soon as they made the Dame Lillard trade, you know what I'm saying? Right. That would have been the first time you would have probably heard something. But I think for him, like, he kind of trusts this organization. I think he really loves this city. He won a championship there. I think his family is obviously very comfortable there. Because, I think most guys be trying to get the heck out of Milwaukee at a drop of a hat if they had the opportunity. But for him, it seems like he wants to be there. So to your point, I think that if they can kind of corral and put together some games and get into that play-in game, maybe win a game, maybe it will go a long way, and maybe, to your point, keep him kind of down and maybe see what moves they can make this summer.
If he stays there, you can't kill him. Because obviously it's just like, hey, he's loyal, like you said, to his franchise, a small market franchise at that. Okay. But it would be a huge mistake. It reminds me of Kevin Garnett.
Yes.
Remember, he didn't want to leave Minnesota.
Right.
Like, he loved Minnesota. They had Paul Pierce, ready, and Ray Allen got there, and he still was apprehensive about going to Boston. He goes there, obviously wins the championship, and he's now has said, many times he wishes he had been in that situation earlier. Mm-hmm. So Giannis is, 31?
Is 32, maybe?
I know he's played 13 years, right?
He's played a long time.
But guys are playing longer today. He looks like he's got many great years left. He should be playing in meaningful games. And I bet, Al, if he goes to a Houston or, some team where they can compete for the championship every year, he's not going to regret it. He's going to.
I think the only difference is that he won a championship. That's all.
No, he does have that. You can't ever take that from him.
And I agree with you. Like, best option one, stay in Milwaukee forever, contend for championships there. That's not going to happen. Right. Best option 2, I think, go somewhere else, contend for championships there. But the worst option, I believe, is go somewhere else, bad luck, bad injuries, bad whatever, and still not contend for championships.
Right. Yeah.
So that is the
which could happen.
He's had injuries. Teammates can have injuries. So like that is it is not the ideal. But if Giannis isn't the only place where he can play and not win a championship the rest of the way, and it not feel like that part of his career was, wasted, is Milwaukee. Yeah. If he leaves and 7 years from now it's like, he only won the one title, that feels less is something than if he just stays in Milwaukee the whole time.
Atlanta, Utah, Orlando, and Phoenix all at home for the Bucks coming up. The win over the Bucks means the Celtics have won 7 of their last 8, currently in second place, 5 behind the Pistons, all without Tatum, who released a new YouTube video about his journey back from his Achilles tear. Okay. Chances Tatum's return, if he returns, hurts the Celtics' chemistry is the official question. Also, your reaction to the role player comment.
Let me do it in reverse order, if I may. Because I think if people just read this and they don't know the timing of it, it could be disarming. Or if they think Jayson Tatum said that recently, I ain't coming back to being a role player, that could be like, is he not going to be okay with the fact that when he comes back, he's not going to be 100% yet. That's not how I read this at all. This is very fresh after the surgery saying, we need to do everything we can do so whenever I am 100%, I am the same player I was before the injury, a la Kevin Durant, and I think that's totally reasonable and exactly how you should feel. To answer your question, chance Tatum's return hurts Celtics chemistry? I think it might. And I do not think that matters at all. Right now, we've become something of a motor racing show.
Oh, yeah.
They were big in Daytona, the Indy 500. The Celtics right now, to me, are a car near the front of the pack. It's called the Daytona 500. Mm-hmm. And the pit crew has radioed the driver, and he's like, hey, that right front tire is going to blow. And he's like, well, if I pit, I'm not going to be at the front of the pack anymore. It's like, got it. But if you don't, you have no chance of winning the race. So you got to pit, let us fix it, and then see if you can make up the ground. That's Tatum coming. The Celtics, as presently constituted, are a good team that are overachieving. I'm not going to call them a cute team like you. But they have no chance of winning the championship. So the rocky stuff that might come with the first few weeks with Tatum back is the tax on giving yourself a chance to win the championship. And I do think the Celtics are a championships-only organization, so I don't really care if for a few weeks they play 500 basketball while Tatum's getting acclimated. It gives them a chance to be in the mix to actually win the title.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, listen, he is no role player. Let's just start there, right? He's obviously a superb talent, generational kind of talent. What's unique about their team is that they've been able to survive all this time with 2 number ones. And what I'm so happy about is that the fact that Jalen has been able to show the world that he is a number one. And he should be in every discussion for MVP talk. I don't care where we at in the country or the world, he's been playing at that level, right? This team is really unique from the standpoint that their role players have been playing like above average, right? Yeah. And that's maybe cute, right? But that's what makes them like special this year. Bringing Tatum back will allow those guys to kind of almost settle back in their role a little bit. But then if Tatum is lagging, coach can put him on the bench, sit him down, tell him, but those guys can get back out there and continue to play at the level that they've been playing at. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. So I feel like if he comes back, he doesn't hurt the chemistry. He just gives them an opportunity to maybe make a special run in these playoffs. But he will not be himself. It's just not enough games. Whenever you come back from major injuries, I came back from ACL, back surgeries, different things like that. It takes about a year to get your confidence back. And I can imagine off an Achilles, when that's how you're driving and every move comes off of that Achilles, it's going to take him some time. Those workouts, I'm watching his YouTube stuff, and that stuff is like maybe 60, 70% speed. He's not going all out. So that's going to take him some time to get back. So he'll need that time anyway. And I feel like these role players will allow him to do that because they're playing at such a high level.
No, that's an interesting perspective. look, I agree with what both of you are saying. They have nothing to lose. Right. They've won a championship. They've been to 2 of the last 3 finals. He's been to 6 conference championships at least. Like, when you've done that, it's championship or bust.
That's it.
So going to the conference finals without Tatum, that's a nice story, but that's not going to satisfy people in Boston. So bringing him back just gives you a legitimate chance, we think, of maybe winning the championship, which you have none without him. Now, unfortunately for him, when he comes back, assuming he comes back this year, the expectations are going to go to championship. They're already the favorites in the East, based on people thinking he's coming back.
Right.
So it's going to put pressure on him that's probably not fair, because most people aren't going to look at it like you're looking at it, Al. Like, at most, you can only expect him to be 75% or whatever. They're going to look at it, Jayson Tatum's back, and if they don't get to the finals or maybe the conference finals, people are going to maybe be critical of him again, unfortunately. I think it'll be unfair. But here's where, like, if you look at the Celtics, their system is the same. The players are different. So that's no Al Horford there. Drew Holiday is gone. Porzingis is gone. So they got to all adjust to each other. But the system's the same. Defend your butt off and shoot threes. It's 5 out for the most part. So that'll be, he's used to that. But here's the thing. Like you said, Al, everybody's moved up, including Jaylen. Jaylen will be fine. His points will come down a little. He'll average 25, 26, whatever, instead of 29. Look, Derek White, and we all have respect for him and how good he is. He has moved into that second guy. He's their second leading scorer. He's shooting 39%. That's a career low. He's 44 for his career. He's shooting 33% from 3. That's his worst in years.
He'll be better.
Right. So he's had to go up, and he's not fully equipped to be a number 2 guy. Right. So now he moves back into his comfortable role. Pritchard, they smartly, a few weeks ago, they put him on the bench now. So I don't think it really will affect him as much, because assume Tatum's going to start, Pritchard can stay doing what he does. So I think that was smart to move him. I don't know if they were thinking about Tatum with that.
I think they were.
But yeah, it makes sense. And so I think they'll be able to adjust after maybe a few rocky games.
Also, happy birthday, Jayson Tatum.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.